Hello everyone, Snorin Gaming here. Today GW came out with some previews for the new chapter tactics. The first thing to realize is that every chapter tactic now applies to vehicles as well. Alright, so the first one is the Crimson Fist, the no matter the odds. So when resolving an attack made by a model with this tactic against a unit that contains at least 5 or more models, then that model's unit add 1 to the hit roll. For the purpose of this tactic, a vehicle model with this tactic counts as 5 models. In addition, when resolving an attack made with a bolt weapon by a model with this tactic, an unmodified hit roll of 6 scores 1 additional hit. Against certain armies, such as Horde armies, this chapter tactic will really add a lot. It will help you to hit on 2+ in either the shooting phase or close combat phase. Keep in mind, they need to have 5 more additional models than your unit for this chapter tactic to take effect. So there will be a lot more bookkeeping. Keep in mind, against elite armies this is not going to help at all. And then with all the bolt weapons, it's going to be similar to the Necron Tesla effect, only 1 extra shot instead of 2. So overall, it makes bolt weapons better, as well as vehicles. Other than that, it pretty much stays the same. The next one is the next Descendants of Dorn, the Black Templars. They can roll either or for the charge dice. So you don't have to roll them all like you did before. In addition, when a model with this tactic would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, you get a 5-up feel no pain. It's definitely much better than before, but it's still really gonna take a bit to see if it's gonna be any good or not. Next is the Imperial Fist, the Siege Masters. So they get the whole ignoring cover, which if you look at later, it could actually be really good. And then they get the whole thing for a bolt weapon, unmodified hit roll of 6 is 1 additional hit as well. So this one, you'll see later, but it could be really good. Next you have the Ultramarines, which is Codex Discipline. So unfortunately, this one is pretty much the same. The only thing is that it applies to vehicles now. And keep in mind that a unit with this, even if it has fly, it is probably still going to be at a -1. However, I would think that they're probably going to fix that in the FAQ. Next is White Scars, Lightning Assault. So they get the whole, they can charge when they advance or fell back, as well as biker models do not suffer the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons or for advancing and firing assault weapons. Now this is going to be definitely good for bike armies. Next is the Raven Guard Shadow Masters. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon against a unit with its tactic by a model that is more than 12 inches away, that unit is treated as having the benefit of cover to its saving throw. And if that unit is not a vehicle and is entirely on or within a terrain feature, subtract 1 from the hit roll. It looks like if this is the case, then they may be changing the -1 to hit rolls to only being if you're within cover and not to vehicles. If they do, then the Imperial Fist tactic that ignores cover is going to be a lot better. Next is the Salamanders, the Forged in Battle. When a unit with this tactic fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot or fight with, you can reroll a single hit roll, you can roll a single wound roll. When resolving an attack made with a weapon that has armor penetration characteristic of -1 against a unit with this tactic, that weapon is treated as having an armor penetration characteristic of 0. They still get the rerolling a hit and a wound roll, as well as they now ignore the AP characteristic of 1. Now that may not sound like much, but that is actually going to make them a lot tougher. Now comes my favorite, Iron Hands, the flesh is weak. When a model with this tactic would lose a wound, roll a d6. On a 6, that wound is not lost. When resolving an Overwatch attack made by a model with this tactic, a hit roll of 5 or 6 scores a hit. In addition, models with this tactic have a damage table are considered to have double the number of wounds remaining for the purpose of determining what roll to use on that damage table. This, I think, is probably, if not the best, one of the best. They get their old 6 up to ignore wound, as well as they now have a vastly improved Overwatch, and vehicles and dreadnoughts that have over 10 wounds count as double for the damage table. I just think this is such a huge improvement. It's going to make vehicles so much better. So overall, I think as long as they didn't increase the point cost for Marines, just from their chapter tactics, they're going to have improved quite a bit. This has been Sonoran Wargaming. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell button for notifications.